Yes, guys, welcome to Pure Coys TV. I'm Nigel, of course. Please do me a solid. Please like, please subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. You know, you've been here before. But I thought I'd come on just for a quick hour, half hour, whatever, however long it takes. Obviously, I want to talk about the game. I want to talk about the injury to Maddison, which I'm absolutely gutted about. I'm absolutely gutted about. I really thought Maddison this year was going to be the man. He was the player I was looking forward to seeing the most under Frank. I thought he might get that freedom to be able to express himself and hopefully give us victories, etc. But as it is, he is now injured. It looks like a serious one. We'll get into it anyway, guys. I'm just going to run through the game. If anyone comes into the chat, then feel free to say hi. But other than that, I'm just going to talk through the game and we will see what happens. First off, so let's go through the game. It ended Newcastle 1, Tottenham 1. It was a typical Premier League kind of pre-season. It was quite feisty at times. It got, a bit nasty, couple of nice tackles going in, a bit of an issue with Romero and Bruno at one point. Always nice to see. I like to see a bit of feistiness, and we certainly got that. Um, we started well. I think the first 10, 15 minutes, Spurs were really good. And this man popped up, Johnston. Nice goal, and not a tap in. It wasn't a tap in. I thought he picked the ball up nicely, drove towards goal, and it hit a shot. It did take a deflection, flew into the net, and good times. And Spurs were a goal up. And at that point, I thought Spurs looked pretty decent, and I thought we might go on and win the game quite comfortably. Let's say hello to some people in the chat. If I go past one, big up, Henry. How you doing, mate? Levy and the board has to wake up. We've got some massive decisions to make now. No doubt about that. Yeah, it's kind of being forced upon us, isn't it? Which I don't mind. I really don't mind. Big up, Scotty. Hope you're well, mate. Massive loss with the Maddison injury. Yeah, absolutely gutted to lose Maddison. As I said right at the start, I really thought that he was going to be like take off in a Spurs shirt this season. He flattered to deceive under Ange. He was still one of our better players, but he didn't have that creative freedom I thought he might get under Frank. And the injury is just a real shame for him, a real shame for the fans. And we desperately now need a number 10 without a shadow of a doubt. Scotty saying we lack so much creativity, we cannot afford to lose him. I couldn't agree more. It's a really sad day, Forget about Sonny. I'll talk about Sonny in a minute. But for me, losing Maddison, absolutely devastating. But it might force our hand. It has to force our hand, doesn't it? We've already got Kulu out till October, November. Looks like Maddison's going to be, I reckon, maybe next year. Obviously, I don't know the extent of the injury, but apparently it's the same knee that he injured before. So it's probably a reoccurrence. If it is, I think that keeps him out 3 or 4 months, probably to around Christmas. And then maybe into the new year, we'll see. We will see, but it's devastating news for Madders, without a shadow of a doubt. And Scotty coming in and saying now we need to address that, which means we can't address our other needs. Well, hopefully we can address all of them. I know we won't with Spurs, but hopefully we can address at least three of the areas. Obviously, we've already got a doggy out. How long he's out for, I don't know. So we might need to address left back. We definitely need to address number 10. And without a doubt, seeing the left-hand side today, we need to address that left-hand side. And we need a striker. So not many things. 4 players and we should be fine. No pressure, Tottenham. But, this should have been all lined up anyway. And the injury shouldn't force our hand. But there's no doubt they have 100%. Mark Pitts, big up Mark, saying, very sad day. Shame we did not get that win. Son. Yeah, and yeah, we'll talk about Sonny in a minute. Because obviously it was a little bit sad, but also, it's time to move on from Sonny. But it was sad to see him go, but also really nice. Big up Benny saying, so Kudos in the 10, Johnson on the right wing for now. That would really disappoint me if that was the case, because For me, the whole point in buying Kudus is because we needed to address that right-hand side, and if we're just then not addressing it and putting Kudus in the 10 and leaving the right-hand side, then we're just back to square one for me. So, no, I think we need to go out and get a 10. It wouldn't surprise me if we put Kudus in the 10 and play Johnson on the right, but I think we really need to go out and buy that specialist number 10. And we'll talk about options in a bit, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Benny, at all. Big up, Mark. Hope you are, mate. We need to strengthen. No excuses now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Big up, Simon, saying need some forwards in now. Yep. I mean, we needed forwards in anyway, but even more so. Even more so now. Try for Eze. Again, this might be another one that's forced upon us. We might have to go for an Eze now. Now Maddison is out for however long. We might have to go and bite the bullet and just pay the money for Eze. We've got now 60 million from obviously the Morgan Gibbs White deal sat in the bank ready to be spent, and the 15-20 we're getting for Sonny. So we got some money there to spend. Just go and get Eze, get it done. He can be in by next week. Let's sort it out. But Spurs doing Spurs things. Mark saying left wing, striker, attacking mid, all needed desperately. Yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And, it's taken a bit of the gloss off the Polinia signing, isn't it? Obviously, he's coming in, hopefully next week. That's really exciting. And there's no doubt defensively, we're going to be sound this season. Looking at us today defensively, again, we'll talk about Kinski in a minute, but defensively, I thought we looked pretty sound. But going forward, we are powder puff. There is absolutely nothing there at all going forward. And it really needs to be addressed, and quickly, really quickly, because, we don't want to go into the Super Cup final and make it an absolute bore fest. Because I think we'll defend okay, but whether we'll have any shots is another question. Big up, Rich. Hope you are, mate. Again, thank you very much for the super chat the other day, and I'm sorry I missed it. But big up, mate. Much appreciated. Big Bad Rom saying missed the game, but saw that Maddison went down with what looks like a serious injury. Yes, it is. Apparently, Thomas Frank has come out and confirmed it was the same knee that he injured at the end of last season. So it looks like a reoccurrence, which is not good. It's one that can't be rushed back. Maybe Maddison himself has rushed himself back a bit too quickly. It's really sad. It is really sad because I was looking forward to seeing a free Maddison this year under Frank. But that's not going to happen now, not at least probably for what's left of this year. Maybe next year we'll get Maddison back. Whether we see the same sort of player again, I don't know. But again, this is where we act like a big club now. We go out, we buy a ready-made number 10, whether that be a Milo, whether that be getting Grealish in and playing him in the number 10. There's so many number 10s out there that we could get. And when Maddison comes back, he'll have to fight for his place. And that's just the way it goes. That's the way big clubs act. Let's see whether we act like a big club or whether we just think, actually, we can put a player in there for now. We can stick Kudus in there for now, and we just carry on with Johnson on the right wing. I don't want to see that. If I see that, that is Spurs acting like Spurs. And I don't want us to see us act like a big club for a change. Scott M saying, exactly, Mark Taylor, zero excuses. We have to bring in 3 stars. Absolutely. Guys like Elliot, Milo can play in the 10 with Maddison out and then move back to the 8 are perfect options. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if they're really good and they're playing so well in the 10, then it keeps Maddison out of the team when he comes back. That's what big clubs do. But guys, let me know in the chat, if you had to buy a number 10 now, who would be your man? Would it be a Milo? Would it be an Elliot? Would it be an Eze? Would it be someone else? Who would be your choice for number 10? Big Bad Rom saying, if we were without Son and Maddison, we need at least 2 top signings to replace them. I agree, and I still think we need a striker. We need a really good striker. Someone who's going to guarantee 20 goals season. Now, I know I have said that I think Solanke, if he gets the service, will get 20 Premier League goals, but that's if he gets the service. He's not even bloody fit at the moment anyway, so it's another injury we've got to deal with. We were told it's a minor injury, yet we haven't seen him at all in pre-season. So What is it? Is it a minor injury or is it something more serious? I think we need a striker, and I'd love us to go and get one. Let's face it, Solanke's probably not the man. Richarlison's definitely not the man. So let's go out like a big club. Um, Scott saying Grealish can play in the 10. Absolutely agree. Or left wing, depending on who else we bring in. Absolutely. Vastly experienced, won the lot. There are options out there that we can easily get in. I couldn't agree more. And I think Spurs now have to show what they're made of, and let's start acting. Are we going to act like a big club, or are we just going to continue to act like Spurs? Big Bad Rom saying saw Maddison go down and then Thomas Frank smiling about it a minute later. Maybe he didn't want Maddison in the team all along. We were apparently looking at number 10. Maybe Frank was like, yeah, I'll probably replace Maddison. I'm not sure that Maddison, even though I was really looking forward to seeing him under Frank, just to get more freedom, I'm not sure whether Maddison is a Frank type of player. I think that Frank likes his teams big and robust. And I think that maybe he would go for a bigger, more weighty number 10, and I think Maddison is a bit, he gets easily knocked off the ball, doesn't he? And goes down a lot easily and gets injured easily. So maybe Frank is looking for that maybe more muscular, athletic kind of number 10. But we'll see. We'll see. Big up, Razzle. Hope you're well, mate. Big Bad Ron saying Eze's contract clause is closed now, so he can go for 60 million instead of 68. Is that right? Would they accept 60 million? I thought that now it's closed. Crystal Palace could just ask for what they want. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I thought that Morgan Gibbs White was going to be asked, but it wasn't. So contract clauses kind of mean nothing to me. But, who knows? But Eze's out now and he's up for sale. So let's go get him. Rich says, would like to see Eze, Elliott, and Wizard brought in and sell Richie. If we can get Eze, Grealish on loan, yeah, I'd take all of it. Bring me Wissa, bring me Elliott, bring me Eze, bring me Grealish, bring me all of them. We desperately need something because anyone with any quality in those forward areas, bar Kudus, are now injured or have left. So yeah, it's not looking good. Big up, Goldie. Hope you're well, mate. Says, hello, mate. Big money needs to be spent on the attacking players ASAP. Yes. Couldn't agree more. We have probably one of the worst forward lines in the Premier League, I'd say. And I think Big Bag Ron is saying that. Our forward line is terrible technically. The recruitment has been awful. No excuse for it. Yes, it really is. It's hard to disagree. I wanna be positive about this Spurs side, but it's really hard to disagree when we are playing. We have nothing up there. The ball bounces off everyone. There's, when a long ball is played and you watch City and a long ball is sprayed out, cross field ball out to Grealish, and it literally lands at his feet and it's bang, straight under control. First touch is either under control or he's controlled it in a way that he's already into his next move. With Spurs, it just, the ball gets to them, it bounces off their knee, off their shin. Their first touch isn't great, so they have to take another touch. Or their first touch is great, but then their second touch is awful. And it just happens so much up front with Spurs. We are lacking any real quality. We have some good youngsters who might be good in a couple of years, but right now we need some ready-made Premier League or European players who have been there and done it. And hopefully Spurs will get them in. Whether they will or not is another question. Rich saying, I heard a report Eze's release clause is August the 15th. I've heard that as well. I heard that, and again, this could be wrong. It's all just things I'm hearing. Probably where you guys have heard it from. Is that Eze's release clause for what's just finished was paying it in 2 installments. And that release clause now is still there, but he'd have to pay it a different way, whether it is in 1 installment, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. But listen, if you want Eze, go get him. If not, move on to other targets and move quickly. Razzle saying mine would be Eze. I do think he's quality. Yeah, I'd love Eze. Regardless of whether he's an Arsenal fan, allegedly, I'd love Eze in a Tottenham shirt. I think he'd be absolutely brilliant. Goldie says, Eze for me, first choice for me, or hijack Xavi Simmons deal. Yeah, the Simmons deal's a bit weird. It's gone a bit quiet, isn't it? I'm not quite sure what's happening with it. It's again, yeah, we need players. So if you really want him, at some point in life, Tottenham will have to go head to head against bigger Premier League sides. That's just the way it is. If they want the big name players, they're going to have to go up against bigger teams for these players, and they may lose out. But I'd rather lose out trying than not try, and we desperately need players now. So yeah, I wouldn't be against it at all. Let's go get Simmons. Tao is not the man, absolutely. And I did. This was one of my questions. It was Tao. Discuss. He really isn't the man, is he? He flatters to deceive. He looks good when he runs, and he looks keen and he looks like he's really up for the game. But actually, when he's on the ball, I mean, that one-on-one, I'm sorry, I could have scored that. It's not difficult. He took it so close to the keeper, it was obvious he was going to save. He had all the time in the world. He could have just, at any time, just curled it past the keeper into the far corner. And he takes it literally up to him and then hits it straight at him. Shocking player. And then another one who's young and will get better. I don't want to be too harsh on him. He will get better. But for right now, nah, not for me. Not for me. And Razzle saying the guy missed a one-on-one so badly. Yeah, it was a really, really, really poor effort. There's no doubt about that. Rom saying Maddison gets kicked a lot, but maybe he come back too early from. Yeah, I think he absolutely did. I think he tried to rush himself back. Again, aren't we supposed to have a new medical team? And surely they would. And these things happen, I guess. They do happen, but they seem to happen a lot at Spurs, don't they? Van der Ven last year, Romero last year, and now Maddison in pre-season tends to happen a lot to Spurs. I think we need to seriously look at our medical team and what they are doing. I believe from looking at it, from watching the highlights, didn't really see it close up. Didn't look like there was much of a challenge there at all, or whether there was a challenge. Don't know. I heard Johnny say that there was a block tackle. I've heard Sean Butler say it didn't look like there was any contact. To me, it didn't look like there was a lot. If anything, it was minimal. So yeah, maybe he shouldn't have been rushed back as quick. And I think if that's the case, the staff need to have a really, really good look at themselves. No doubt about that. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please like the stream. Please subscribe to the channel. I am chasing down 1,000, pretty close to 950. If I could get there today or tomorrow, that would be absolutely amazing. So if you haven't subbed, please smash that sub button. It is absolutely free of charge. Let's have a look. Well, it's just trouble. When I always go back to the thing, I always lose where I was. I think I was just up here. Big bad Rom. Yeah. That's right. Henry Wright. Henry Wright put out a video saying Arsenal have agreed a deal with Eze. Well, have they? When did he put this up? I mean, Henry, he's a great YouTuber, but he is clickbait. He likes to put stuff up that maybe aren't necessarily true. But I don't know. Maybe it is true. I've not looked at Twitter for half an hour, so maybe it is. We look like a mid-table team, to be honest, with our forward line. We do, but what I do like is the fact that we suddenly look a lot more stable and solid at the back. Defensively, we look organised, which I love. And with Polina coming in, I think defensively we're going to be fine this season. I would love another left back if possible, but I'm not. If we don't go into the season with another left back, I'm okay with it. I think defensively we are solid. Keepers, another story we can talk about, but I think in the main, defensively, we are solid. It is just these forward areas for me that we are really, really lacking any sort of quality. And Rom coming in and saying, how many injuries have we got now? Bayern next and PSG, and then the start of the Premier League. We have quite a few, don't we, already? So obviously Maddison, that's going to be a long one. Kulu from last season, that's a long one. Solanke, we've not even seen this pre-season. So God knows what's happening now. Doggy. So there's 4 first team players out already. Obviously, I think Solomon's injured as well. He's probably leaving, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, 4 first team injuries already. Um, Obviously, one of them was coming on from last season, 1.5 if you count Maddison. But yeah, Maddison's going to be out for a lengthy spell now, no doubt about that. Rich is saying, I think we need a long-term replacement for Madders, far too injury prone. Keep for a squad option, but not reliable to start, unfortunately. That really makes me sad. I love Maddison. Absolutely was delighted when we signed him. But I agree. I agree. He's just not up to it, is he? He's constantly injured. And I think there's quite a few Leicester fans that go into different streams and they've always said, Maddison will give you a third of a season, a good third of a season. The other 2/3, he's going to be in and out through injury. So yeah, it's disappointing. I agree. I think we need a replacement now. And my choice would be Enzo Milo. I think he looks really exciting. I'm not going to pretend that I watch a lot of German football because I don't. But what I've seen of him, he looks like the all-round midfielder, lots of skill, really good technical ability, big. So, a Thomas Frank kind of player, strong, someone who's not going to be knocked off the ball too easy. And he's got all the talent and very much in the Morgan Gibbs White role, mold kind of thing. But a lot of people saying better. So we will see. And if we could get in there, we could probably get him for like £20 million. Go out there, get him, get the deal done and spend the rest of the money elsewhere. That's what I would do, guys. Let me know what you would do in the chat. A lot of people saying Eze, but are we realistically got any chance of getting him? We'll see. We'll see. You could say the same with Kulu as well, Rich. Yes, yeah. Yeah, Kulu's another one that I wouldn't be averse. I actually wouldn't be averse to selling them, to be honest. Um, yeah, it is what it is. Rich saying, true, Razzle, although I can see Decky being used differently under Frank. Could be wrong, but I think Decky's best deployed as a forward in a counter-attacking system. Yeah, I mean, Decky is one of them, isn't he? Different to Maddison. Play similar roles, but different, very strong, lots of upper body strength. And yeah, listen, if we can get him fit, then maybe. But for me, I don't know, he's got to show some form, runs into blind alleys a lot for me. I think when Kulu's on his game, he's fantastic. When he's off it, he is so far off it, it's unreal. But we'll see when he comes back. We'll see when he comes back. Total Spurs TV, hello, nice. Thanks for the support today, mate. Appreciate it. Not a problem at all, mate. I know it is really difficult starting a YouTube channel. And you look a bit of a pro, to be honest, mate. You got all the gear. I like your setup, and I was like, I need some of that for when I do watch-alongs. I'm not brave enough to do watch-alongs yet. I think I get too excited and maybe swear too much. But yeah, no, big up anytime, mate. And guys, if you haven't gone over to subscribe to Total Sports TV, get over to his channel and subscribe to him. Really nice guy. And listen, we all need help. So get over and subscribe to Total Spurs TV. Warren Driscoll saying Football Inc. That's where I heard it. Yeah. Oh, nice. Thanks for the raid, guys. Much appreciated. Big up, Drew. How you doing, buddy? I'm loving the football raid. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please smash that subscribe button. I am chasing down 1,000. If I could get anywhere near that today, that would be absolutely fantastic. So, obviously, we've talked about the Maddison injury. Let's just have a quick chat about Sonny, because obviously he played his last game effectively today, didn't he? He really did. It was sad to see. Big up, Razzle. And big up to anyone who's come in for Football Inc. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Much love. Yeah, Sonny today. Mixed emotions for me, because you know what? I've loved Sonny for years, and he's been an absolute legend to this club. He really has. But it was time to go. It is time to go. It is time to move on. We need fresh blood up there. But the thing is, when you see the likes of Tau out on the left, I think to myself, oh, maybe we could get more out of Sonny for another year. But, it is time to leave. It is time to let Sonny go. And it was really nice to see when he came off, the reception from all the players, the reception from the Newcastle players as well, how they were. And Yeah, even though I've been banging the drum for the last 18 months that Sonny's probably not the player he was and he should be sold, it still was a bit sad and a little bit it did pull at your heartstrings a little bit, didn't it? So yeah, for me, really, guys, I'm sorry, I'm missing so many channels, missing so many comments because so many of you come in. I'm used to about 30 in my room, so to have over 200 is like, whoa, what is going on? But I appreciate it all, guys. If you've come in, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and we can get me past 1,000 today. That would be absolutely amazing. Um, Big up, Anthony. Much appreciated. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Drewzilla, big up, mate. Come on, people, smash that like button and subscribe. Help a fellow Spur. Let's go. Absolutely, absolutely, and much love to each and every one of you that's come in. Um, Total Spurs TV. We are solid, much better from last season. You can see what Frank's trying to do. We also need a 10 ASAP. We are looking so much more solid, aren't we? So much more solid. It's so good to see. Regardless of what we're doing up front at the moment, and it is pre-season, so I don't mind if we're not flowing up front. That doesn't matter to me. Titles are won by defenses. Games are won by forwards. I'm not saying we're going to win a title, by the way, but if we can tighten that defense up, which it looks like we're going to do, then we've got half a chance. Up front will come. Up front we will sort. I'm sure. It is depressing at the moment, seeing our forward line and the lack of quality we have apart from Kudus. But there is no doubt at all we have got quality coming in, I'm sure, and with the defence being solid and Polina coming in, I'm really excited. I'm really excited, guys. Let's hope we can get there. Let's hope we can get some players in. It really would be much appreciated. West Coast Cockerel, big up. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Daniel Field, sub. Thank you, buddy. Thank you to everyone that subbed today. I really do appreciate it. Archer saying we need more signings, not more injuries. Absolutely. We definitely need more signings. It is, you know, and like I said at the start, this might force Tottenham's hand a little bit. I like the fact that I don't like getting injuries. Injuries are horrific, but Sonny had to go. There's other players going to be leaving. Mikey Moore went out on loan. It suddenly just trims the squad a little bit. And with Sonny leaving, his wages go in. If we can get 15 million for him, then suddenly we've got some money to spend. We've got some money to spend on wages. And I think this coming week is a massive week for Tottenham. I do feel like I've been saying that every week for the last 6 or 7 weeks. But I think this week is a huge week for Tottenham. And I think if we get it right, guys, we could bring in a couple of players and we could look totally different. Could look totally different this season. I think defensively we're going to be solid. If we can sort out that attacking area, I am really excited about the coming season. Big up, Daniel. Just going to click through a couple of the comments. Cheers, buddy. Much appreciated. Thank you all for the raid. Nicholas saying, just like that, my rating for the transfer window goes down to a 4 out of 10 after the injury of Maddison and Son leaving for America soon. Yes, and this is it. Those 2 signings that we made in Kudus and in Polina, if Polina, it's not even been announced yet, is it? I'm touching wood. Hopefully it happens. We are still now with these injuries and with Sonny leaving, we're still really, really short. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I hear so many rumours about players coming in, and as soon as Sonny leaves, they've already lined up somebody. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But obviously now this massive Maddison injury, I think we need to move really quickly for a number 10. But we will see. We will see. Alfred saying, I believe Eze is a gunner. Gooner, same thing. Sad but true. Why has everyone quit on Grealish? He plays like a Spurs player and drinks like a Spurs player. I'm not sure if he drinks like a Spurs, but maybe back in the 80s. But yeah, Grealish for me, I would love Grealish in a Tottenham shirt. I know he's not young anymore, but he could still offer Tottenham so much more. I think if we get Grealish, we get the Aston Villa Grealish, not the Man City Grealish. as great as Grealish was for City, I think he was played under a system that was very rigid, and he had to stay out on the left a lot, and it was very much, this is the way we play. And it was nice. Listen, City played lovely football, but it was very much the way City play, and you could tell Grealish was almost being held on a lead. It was like, he wasn't left to roam, do what he wants. Where he did that at Villa, he took the game by the scruff of the neck at Villa. He ran games. Don't think he did at City, because that's just not the way he plays. City play, he was a part of a well-oiled cog, well-oiled machine. And at Villa, he was the main man. I think if he come to Spurs, he would be the main man, and I would love him in a Spurs shirt. Is it going to happen? We'll see. Total Spurs TV saying, a lot of trial and error. Well, I bet, but it looks good, mate. It looks good, and you will get there. You will absolutely get there. YouTube is fantastic. I love doing lives. I love doing videos. Some hit, some don't. It's just the way it is, I remember my first stream, I literally had 2 people in, and I think one of them was my mum. So, it happened. It happened. Big up, Razzle, mate. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Choo choo. The train is on the tracks. No, big up, mate. Much love. And I really do appreciate you. You're here for every stream I do. So I do really appreciate you, mate. Big Bad Rom saying, Son is a legend and gave his all under chairman. That never truly surrounded him with top quality since Nuno. And that's the thing. Yeah. He wasn't, we never quite had that team, did we? We had it under Poch, for a couple of years, and we probably should have got over the line. But Spurs were never back properly. Saying that, I do think Kane helped to make Son the player he was. I think those two worked so well together. And I think when Kane left, you did see that massive drop off from Son. And I don't think poor form was just an excuse. I think the fact that chemistry he had with Kane went, and he found it hard to find, that chemistry with somebody else. I thought maybe Maddison would be the man, but Maddison was in and out through injury. And I think if you looked at those first 10 games under Ange, Maddison and Sonny worked really well together. Of course, then Maddison got injured. Never really been the same player since, because he's been in and out, and Son never found that chemistry with anyone else. That's just my opinion anyway. Scott M saying, I thought the send-off was great. Credit to Newcastle players for joining in and showing their respect. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. It's really nice to see, actually. Really nice to see. West Coast Cockle saying, Sonny is pure class and went out the right way. Selfishly, can't wait to see him here in the LA. No, you've got a player there, mate. You are going to enjoy him, because he's absolutely fantastic, and he's an absolute hero and a legend and a leader to us Spurs fans, and he will forever be remembered by us. Will go down as one of our greats. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Total Spurs TV saying, deep down, Nige, we all knew it, mate. It's a reality actually happening now. That's what's hit. But we will kill. Yeah, he will kill the MLS. He will do absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Big up, Drewzilla. Thank you very much for the super sticker, mate. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's unusual getting super chats. Not long been monetized, but I appreciate everyone that comes in. I'm not in it for the money. I just love talking Tottenham, but I do appreciate each and every one of you that subscribed, liked, sent super stickers, done anything. I really do appreciate you all. Big up now. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. It's nice to have a midfield. It is nice to have a midfield, isn't it? It really is. And we've got another one coming. Big up, Alex. At least we have a CDM. Yes, I am really looking forward to seeing our new number 6 in Polinia. I think he is going to be an absolutely fantastic player for Tottenham. I really do. Archer, defence to keep the number of defeats down, attack to turn draws into wins. Absolutely. And I think we will draw more games next season. I think we've got to be patient, keep our feet on the ground, be patient. We are going to lose games. We are going to look ordinary at times, but if we're not conceding goals and we're drawing games 1-1 or 0-0, then I'm okay with that. hopefully at some point the attack will sort itself out, whether that's us bringing players in or us working out a system that works for the players we have, and we will start scoring goals and winning games. Like I said, if we can keep clean sheets, we've got half a chance of winning games. So I've already said we conceded 65 last season. I've already said I think we concede 40, 45 tops. I think if we can take 20 goals off of what we conceded last season, I think we finish in that top 8. But we will see. Again, it all depends if we can score goals. So if we're not scoring, then obviously, it's going to be harder to win. But as long as we're not conceding, it's going to be easier, if that makes sense. Alex saying Cam, left back and a left wing and a striker. Yes, I would go for all of them. I would go for all of them. If we can get those 4 players in before the start of the season, I would be absolutely delighted. Whether we do is another question, but we'll see. Lord Rodney Trotter, big up, mate. Is saying for me, Nige, there are 3 viable transfers: 1 Paqueta, 2 Voldemort, and 3 Elliott. Again, I take all 3 of them. I think they're all decent players. Whether they come or not is another question, but I would take all 3 of them. I think they're fantastic players and would fit right in. And Elliott now seems like a no-brainer, doesn't it, at the moment? But we will see. We will see what Tottenham do. They will certainly have to move quickly, I think, over the next couple of weeks. No one Spurs are signings will get injured. No one Spurs, the signers will already be injured when we bring them in. That's what Tottenham do. I mean, what's the Japanese kid, Takai? He's not even played a game yet for Spurs, has he? He's been injured. Oh, sometimes I do wonder. I do wonder what we do. But, it is what it is. Daniel Field saying we need to focus on Son replacement and a 10. Heard Frank's priority is Moani. Yeah, I've heard this, but it's weird because I've heard that he's already agreed to go to Juve. So it's just a question of Juve stumping up the money. And for me, I would play Juve off there and I would be looking at bringing in a Vlahovic and saying, we will not go for Moani. If you let us have Vlahovic, we'll give you the money for Vlahovic, whether that's 15, 20 million euros, whatever. And you can put that towards Moani. But we'll see. What do you think, guys? I'd love a Vlahovic in Tottenham shirt. I think he'd be great. Valdivor is yeah. Still got that 60 million burning in Levy's pockets. No excuses, Mr. Levy. Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Oh, that's not nice. I mean, that's not nice. Let's at least wait till the season starts before we call Spurs rubbish. But, big up, mate. I appreciate you being here. Spurs will go one better and finish 16th, in my opinion. Well, that may be the case. And we might win an FA Cup as well. Who knows? But guys, let's be honest. If we finish 16th next season, Frank is under major pressure, isn't he? Because as a fan, I wouldn't be happy with that. Would you be happy with 16th from a trophy? It was all right last season. I'm not sure whether I could stomach it again this season. But let's see. Let's just see what happens. I like Maddison, but he's built like a crisp. He is. Sadly, I love Maddison. Absolutely love him. Love his footwork. Love the way he plays. Love his arrogance at times. But he gets bloody injured all the time. He's never fit, the man. We just lost 30-40 GA in one game. There you go. It's depressing, isn't it? It's depressing. Big up, Adrian. Hope you're well, mate. Razzle saying the worst thing is Polina is not shy of an injury. No, he does get injured a lot, but then he just fly into tackles, doesn't he? He's not one to hold back, and I'm okay with that as long as he's putting in the as long as he's not injured for major parts of the season. Don't mind a player being out the odd game, the odd couple of games, but yeah, when it's all season, it's not good. It's not good at all. If we get 3 to 4 more signings of level of Kudus and Polina, I think we have got a very good we will have a very good season. I couldn't agree more. Let's fingers crossed we will. Scott saying 15 away, let's go. I've not been looking at my sub count, but 15 away. Listen, hey, I would have been happy with 4 or 5 subs today. I only come on for a quick hour just to talk about the game. So this has been absolutely amazing, guys. But yeah, keep smashing that subscribe button. If I can get to 1,000 today, that would be amazing. I might take my daughter out from McDonald's if that happens. I said I might. I think she might have heard that. Damn it. Wallace saying Spurs will be in a relegation battle this season. I don't think so. I don't think so. But we will see. This has been clipped now, so we'll come back to you at the end of the season when we're in the Champions League and see what you got to say then. Razzle Dazzle saying, find it weird watching Levy shake hands the players. Did he shake hands at the start? Okay, I never saw that. I haven't really saw much of the game. I saw bits of it. I had it on a stream and saw the Johnson goal, and then my stream kept buffering, so I gave up. But yeah, obviously I saw the Grealish injury and Sonny getting his reception, but didn't actually see a lot of the game. Angeball, big up all. The only sensible way to sign Grealish would be a loan with an option to buy because he's also injury prone and on ridiculous wages. Yes, well, you'd hope that City would pay half the wages, wouldn't you? What's he on, 300 grand a week? You would hope they'd pay half the wages and then we could get, but there's ways and means around it, isn't there? I know that people say the high wages, but we could always sign him for, say, whatever the cost is, say 30 million. I know it's probably not that, probably a little bit more, to be honest. But then we could give him a 5 million signing on fee. Say, look, we'll give you 180 a week and we'll give you an extra 3 or 4 million cash in your hand, kind of thing. Well, not cash in your hand. Don't want a tax man looking at me. But you know what I mean? There's ways and means around this kind of thing. So we will see. We will see what happens. But I am just going through the comments. Why would Eze join Spurs? Arsenal's the biggest club in London. I kind of think Chelsea are probably the biggest club in London. They've certainly won the most, haven't they, in recent years? But it's hard to disagree. Arsenal are a fantastic club, but we've won a trophy closer than what they have. So more recent. So in recent history, we're actually a bigger club because we're European champions. Get in. As I was saying, it's not about that. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. We need an attacker midfielder in addition to left wing and a striker. Yes, we do, Marianne. I couldn't agree more. We are really short in areas at the moment. So it's going to be interesting now. I think Spurs is the hand has been forced a bit by these injuries, and like I've said, I don't really mind that because I think it's good to be. I think it's good maybe to have our hands forced because if it's not, Levy's not doing much. Now he might be forced into going and buying players, and I'm sure we've got players lined up. I really am. I don't think we can win a European trophy and be that bad in the league last season and then get a new manager in and not back him properly. So I really do think we will get some players in for sure. Goldie Talks Tottenham, big up, my buddy, saying 13 away from 1,000. Let's do it, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Absolutely. Hit that subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 today. That would be absolutely amazing. I would love you all for that. Total Spurs TV saying LAFC are finalising a deal to sign Son Heung-min. Agreement reached between LAFC and Spurs for the region of 20 to 26 million euros. Personal terms all agreed. Son could travel as soon as this week. Just in. Yeah, that's kind of expected, wasn't it? I think we all knew that as soon as the game had finished, it wouldn't be long before this kind of news came out. 20 to 26 million euros. That's around 15, 16 million pounds, is it? Might be a little bit more, but yeah, good move for Sonny, great move for Tottenham, and he goes and he leaves an absolute hero, and we should build a statue of him somewhere around the ground, even if it's in the stadium somewhere. Whether we will or not is another question. Big up, Sander. Much love to you, buddy. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Arsenal are a bigger club than Chelsea because Chelsea are more successful. Chelsea. Okay, yeah, well, I could say that about Spurs, though, couldn't I? Tottenham are a bigger club than, Arsenal because we got a bigger stadium slightly. Have we got a bigger stadium? I don't even know if we have. We got a better stadium, that's for certain. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. Recent history, Chelsea are the biggest club in London without a shadow of a doubt. Spurs will finish mid-table, quite possibly, but would you take that, guys, mid-table? I certainly wouldn't. I think we have to finish in a European place, whether that be whether that be Europa League or Conference League. I don't think we're going to finish Champions League, sadly, but a Europa League place and a Conference League place I would take hands down, and then absolutely chuck everything. Obviously, not give up on the league as well, but chuck everything at Europa League next season should we get back into it. But we will see. We will see. Europa League. Listen, hey, you'd love a Europa League, mate. You'd absolutely love it. You know, imagine if Arsenal won the Europa League, they'd be celebrating for months, wouldn't they? But listen, hey, you're welcome in. You're absolutely welcome in, buddy. I appreciate you for coming in here. Hit that subscribe button so you can come in, take the mick out of me whenever you want about Spurs. It's all good. It's all good. I support Arsenal as well as laugh at Spurs. Listen, it's all good. There's nothing wrong with a bit of banter. It's all banter. And you're welcome in here anytime, Wallace. Absolutely anytime. Daniel saying, how we got a Sunderland fan trying to try. Is he a Sunderland fan? Is he? Okay, even more reason that you're welcome in here. You know, whatever team you support, you know, football's football. Football's universal. We all love our clubs. We all hate every other club. And it is what it is. We can't take it as far as top 7 minimum for us. Yeah, I agree. Top 7 is the minimum for us. Guys, I will leave it there. I said I was going to go for about an hour. I've gone for about 46 minutes. But my daughter's already screaming for food. In fact, I'll go for another 5 minutes. Let's see what else we got up here. Arsenal wouldn't be in Europa League because they finished top 4. Yes, that is true. But then when they go out in the Champions League, they've got nothing to fall back on, have they? So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Why are you the Welsh fan? You just can't wait. Yeah, it's all good fun. Frank sacked by Bonfire Night. I really don't think that's going to happen, but, you know, who knows? One thing's for certain. I think Sunderland odds on for relegation this year, but we will see. They've actually bought some really good players, Sunderland. I think they've done really well in the transfer market. Daniel's saying we've got 3 European Cups and a Cup Winners' Cup. Arsenal have got the Intercity Fairs Cup and the Cup Winners' Cup. Well, you've got to remember the Intercity Cup, Fairs Cup, was a massive trophy back in the day. It wasn't. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. 8 away from 1K. Come on, people, make it happen in the last 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes, guys. Let's get 8 subs. Let's get 10 subs so I can be a little bit over because you always lose the odd 1 or 2. And get me to 1,000. That would be absolutely amazing. I could have 1,000 party. Big up, Edem. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, SAFC Sunderland is all right. You probably didn't notice. No, I didn't. I didn't at all. Big up, Daniel. Thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. And I really do appreciate Football Inc. for sending you all my way. I guess I'm just lucky to be on at that time, which is absolutely fantastic. I really just come on and talk about the game, the Newcastle game, the fact that we have gone all pre-season without losing so far, which is absolutely fantastic. 2 wins, 3 draws, but unbeaten, which is nice, isn't it? You know, listen, I've seen pre-season where we won every game and started terribly, and vice versa. I think I'm sat on a controller, but yeah, it's nice just to see Spurs look solid and look like they're not going to lose games, which is absolutely fantastic. Desperately disappointing to see Maddison carried off injured with what looks like a really serious injury. We absolutely need to go out now and get that number 10 and make sure that we are ready for the season, ready for the Super Cup, because I would love to win the Super Cup. Guys, as it is now, with the side that we have, let me know in the chat. Do we win the Super Cup or do we lose it? Give me a yes for win. Give me a no for lose. And let's see. I think we got a chance, you know. I think we could bore the tits off them, basically, you know. Absolutely make it a stink fest. Defensively, I think we'd be fine. Whether we can go out and win the game, though, is another question. We will see. But yeah, I'm loving doing YouTube, guys. I'm loving doing live streams. I will be back tomorrow with breakfast at Pure Coys, 8:30 every Monday and every Friday. Just go for an hour and yeah, just chat Spurs. Hopefully by tomorrow, something would have dropped. We might have got news of a number 10 coming in, news of another striker. Who knows? But we will see. Let's just quickly go through and see if people think we've got any chance of beating Paris Saint-Germain. Daniel saying the injury is a real downer on the season. Yeah, me too, mate. I was really looking forward to seeing him next season. I thought he could have been the man to take us forward and really we see the best of Maddison next season. Sadly, that's not going to happen, but we have got a chance of bringing in another player. Goldie saying 4 away from 1,000. Yes, come on, guys. 5 of you, just smash that subscribe button. And I'm there. I'd appreciate each and every one of you. David saying, no, I don't blame you. Daniel saying, I'm not going to answer that again. No, I don't blame you. Without a 10, we ain't beating PSG. No, probably not, but we could board them. Adam saying, I think PSG win, but it won't be a transition. Yeah, I kind of agree. See you, buddy. Take care. Come back again. Hit that subscribe button. Goldie saying we beat PSG, lose to Burnley. That would be so Spursy, wouldn't it? That we absolutely destroyed PSG. We're brilliant. And everyone's like, wow, Tottenham go into the season and then we rock up on the opening day against Burnley and don't turn up. But it would be Spursy, but we're not Spursy anymore. We're fine. We're Tottenham. Sadly, not with this team right now. No, probably not. Oh, I thought you had gone, mate, Wallace. But PSG 6, Spurs 0. Wow. We will see. We will see, won't we, in a couple of weeks. It's not too long. Drusilla saying, depends on whether the first team was play. World Club Cup means they have to rest. So we could be playing a second string. Yeah, we could be. That's a good point. Total Spurs saying, right, I'm off now. Nice. Thanks again, mate. Cheers, chat. Take care. Big up, mate, and keep knocking it out of the park. You will be massive because you've got to set up now. You talk brilliantly. So yeah, just keep doing what you do, mate. And guys, I will leave it there too. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. As I've said before, and I say it on every single live show I do, if it's not for you guys in the chat, it really isn't worth it because there's just no point. I was just about to leave and people talking. I love it. I love people talking. Archie saying it's funny how Spursy seems to have been invented since Levy and Enoch have owned the club. Absolutely. And Daniel saying it's nice. Do you honestly reckon we will wake the club up and get a 10 in quickly? I think we will. I think we have to now. I think we've been forced into it. So I absolutely think we will. And I will leave it there, guys. Much love to each and everyone. Have a great Sunday afternoon, evening. Oh, it's Monday tomorrow. Have a great week at work. I will see you on the next stream. I'm back here tomorrow morning doing my breakfast show. Guys, much love. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay pure coys.